Hey everybody, it's Omar with Galena Capital Partners back again with another update, this time for 116 South Henry Street. In case you missed the last video I just posted, I had a recap of the BAR hearing presentation for 912 to 920 King Street, and this time I'm going to do the same exact thing but for 116 South Henry Street. So just like our King Street proposal, 116 South Henry Street was unanimously approved by the Board of Architectural Review for a mass scale and architectural character. What that means is that the board believes that the buildings we're proposing fit in with the general neighborhood context in which we're proposing to put them. Just like 912 to 920 King Street, we've got to go through a planning commission and city council process, and then it's on to building permit. All of that's going to take several months, and we've got lots of work to do between now and then. But for now, I think it's great to see that the BAR felt so strongly and positively about what we proposed. So I'm excited to share that with you today. Just before we get started, I want to remind you one more time, you can reach us 3 different ways. We've got a phone number you can call or text, we've got an email address, and we've got a Twitter account. They're all found in the description box below this video, so please do get in touch with us and let us know your feedback. We'd love to hear all of it. Without further ado then, I'm going to send in the presentation and we'll be back soon with another update.
So again, here is the setup of the two properties. The property we're going to look at now is set between Henry Street and Patrick Street. It's the site of a current parking lot. There is, in this particular case, an alley that goes adjacent to the site, a drive alley along the front of, or the north side of our project. So really focusing in on the changes that we've made, and again, similar to what we've shared with you when we met 2-on-2s, which is, sorry, that should say concept 2 submission at the top,
Concept
massing.
one.
Oh,
Concept
sorry,
one.
concept 1, yeah. And then in concept 2, what we've done is we've made the building a little shorter. We've moved the building away from the parking garage to provide some more room for transformers and garbage cans and the like. And then on the east side, we pulled the building back about 20 feet, and we've added and we've changed the detailing of the upper floor from what it was before, and we've added the cornice also to kind of tie it all together, and it really, it's flat on the alley side, but then projects out on the east side, providing some cover to the terrace at the top. So that's one major change that we've made on the Patrick Street facade, based on your comments. Lee, next slide. We still have the parking structure here that we have setbacks. You remember that the structure kind of protrudes out over the alley so that we can get the right amount of cars in there, but that we have a lower level too that we set back, and cars will actually pull in there. Next slide.
I do just want to point out that in this case, we actually painted out the staircase white, so it'll blend in more with the building itself, and not really make that staircase pronounced.
And we have added the coursing on the front of this facade as was requested at the last meeting. So we have much more coursing that shows up in the elevation. Expansion joints, basically. Yeah. So then the other comment was really on the Henry Street property, and the predominant comment was that to pull back the 4th floor on the alley side. And so you can see in the upper section, the upper drawing, where we had the 4th floor before, it was flush along the alley. I think a very good comment was that we pull that back. And there was another comment that Bud raised about breaking the cornice on the corner. We looked at it. It began to break down the entire character of the cornice, and we are proposing not to do that. And we're leaving the cornice on the corner. So on the left-hand side, now you can see what it was before, and on the right-hand side, now you can see that the cornice does align with the abutting massing on the east side.
Mhm.
We had one other comment that you gave us, or staff gave us, is there was a concern about whether or not the ground floor of this part of the project represented strong enough retail, and we've made modifications. You'll remember that on the left-hand side of this elevation it is a retail space. In the middle is the entrance to the residential component, and on the right-hand side are flex spaces that can be either retail and or professional offices and or residences. But there was a concern that from staff that they wanted these ground floor facades to be retail friendly. And so we have modified them by adding canopies to each of the components or each of the entrances. And I'm forgetting what else we did, Lee.
Lighting and signage plates.
Yes, thank you. We added lighting, as in sconce lighting around entrances to highlight them, and we're also proposing signage blades when required to support the retail retail spaces, if required. But they may end up actually just being professional offices or residences. So there is a bit of a transition along the Henry Street facade. We don't think that retail is going to be that strong south in the building, but we do believe on the corners of terrific retail space, as you can see here. And that's it, right, Lee?
Yep.
Okay.